Hello, I'm Jamie from Friends Car Repair Corner, and today I want to do a custom front grille for my Ford Mondeo. Now when I say custom, it means that I'm going to be doing it and making it, modifying, DIYing, whatever. So let's explain. Here's the badge that I want to remove. Okay, so I want a debadged black top grille. So I need to remove that Ford sign. Okay, so join me on the mission.
Right, okay, so what I decided to do was to buy another grill from eBay for £20 so that it was the exact same grill as what I currently already had. It was actually in a better condition than what my car was, so I swapped it over, and the one that was on my car, I decided to then take a jigsaw to it and cut out that Ford logo.
There we go. One Ford badge. One cut out grid. So
Okay, I then ended up getting the genius idea of using Lego pieces to try and fill in and make my grill. This didn't quite go to plan, but yeah, I thought because of the thickness, it looked the same, and that what I would do would just cut off the nibs using a grinder and sander, and yeah, go from there. I did end up, yeah, sticking them together, getting them into the grill, and kind of getting it to, yeah, make the shape. I ended up then also using chemical metal just to, yeah, strengthen up the actual pieces. And that's pretty much where I got to, where I decided, you know what, this isn't going to work. With the amount of chemical metal that there is just plastered everywhere, how am I going to sand in and out and around all of that? So this is basically where I've now stopped, and yeah, we'll see what we do on the next part.
right, okay then. So what I've done then is, yeah, I've tried to remove this. This one's pretty solid in, so I need to remove that. My plan now, okay, is I didn't really want to have to break my other, or destroy one of the actual grills, but what I'm gonna do is I am essentially like that. Okay, so that's my plan, is cut out this bit here, okay, to stick in here. That's my theory. Okay, so I know that that does mean that, yeah, I'm now going to have to destroy this grill to be able to make this grill up, but at the end of it, I should have one full grill, but that's the plan. Okay, while I am still in the garden, I just thought I'd quickly show you this. This is a spoiler that is for a Mazda 6. So I did initially buy this for my Mazda 6 when I had one to put on because it never had the spoiler, but yeah, never got round to it. So I found that while I was then cutting the grass and stuff a couple of days ago. So I wondered whether, yeah, I can then put that on. I also have over there some kerosene, I think it is, which is like lamping fuel or something. Anyways, it was basically what I'd had a look online, and yeah, they said to use that to clean out the intercooler. So I've got that as a job. So we've got a spoiler, custom grill. I'm going to be removing the intercooler, cleaning that out, tinting the windows, exhaust, probably lower it if I can find the springs. So yeah, lots still coming to the Mondeo, and I've still got lots to do with the Mercedes as well. So yeah, if you aren't subscribed, please do subscribe. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers by the end of August, because that will then be my 1 year on YouTube. So yeah, if you aren't subscribed, please do like and subscribe. It'll help me out massively. Obviously, once I get more people following and YouTube actually pays, it means I can be putting more money into stuff, and yeah, bigger projects and bigger different things. And some of you might then have ideas, and yeah, I can then start trying to do those then for you. So yeah, right, let's carry on with this grill. Right, okay, so while it's quiet and Matey Boy's not doing his cutting, I'm going to do my cutting. So I need to get this out. I've tried to break it out, but I've obviously done a really good job and secured it, so I need to get that out. Okay, there we go. So that's that out. I think it's going to work. Okay, moment of truth then, the no going back. Gonna cut pretty much the whole of this all the way down. I know I don't need this bottom one, so I'm then gonna, I might just take this whole end up, this whole area out, and in that way I can then go, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Right, wish me luck. There we go. Something like that. Okay, so we do have a slight problem. So obviously because the grill here in the middle is the middle, here is the side, so it kind of got a camber and maybe slightly smaller here than the squares are here. So if I quickly show you what I mean, okay, if I line this up as best as I can, so if we go by the top here where the nibs are, can you, I don't know if you can see what I mean, but it's moved over like here. I'm hoping that once I sort of sand it all down and actually put it in place and stuff, it won't look too bad. But what I definitely need to do is flatten this completely down, okay, so that I can then flatten this bit here, and then that will basically marry up. So that's what I need to do now, clear this part up so that we can then try and get this in. I know it's not going to be perfect, but when it is on, you know, I don't think when people are sort of like standing looking at the car going to notice. It's only when they kind of come up that they're going to notice that maybe one of these squares is slightly smaller than the one over here. But in all honesty, for the sake of 20 quid, I can't argue. I've got my old rotary and the sander bit. I think that's going to be the easiest to get into all of there. So yeah. Right, okay, so I've sort of sanded down using the Dremel now. Not the greatest, but it's taken off the main bits that I wanted. Now I can sort of use sandpaper with my finger and get all of that. Otherwise, you know, I risk going sort of too far than what I want. So yeah, so far so good. So yeah, I need to give this a bit of a clean up now, just so that I know that what I'm working with, and then I can start, you know, sort of working out where this one then needs to be cut to then slot in. Right, okay, so I am nearly there now. Done a bit more of the, yeah, sanding on this, cut it down. So basically what I've been doing is laying it over, seeing where I need to take off, and then been taking off. So as you can see, this is kind of round about now the sort of the size I have been able to even do, you know, sort of like that, and then you can kind of get a gist of what it's then going to look like. Obviously this will all be painted up as well, but yeah, now I just need to do some finer sanding to get this actually in place, then I can glue it down. So that's what I'm going to do now. Right, I think this is probably going to be the best that I'm going to be able to get it now. I mean, looking at it like that on the camera, I don't, you know, sort of going across it quickly, I don't think it's too sort of noticeable. You know, once obviously I've, yeah, actually sanded it all down and then sprayed it all black, I think this might actually work. But you can, it's like slightly higher here than it is over here. So I do have to sort of fine tune it, move it to like where I, yeah, eventually want it to be. And then, yeah, I'm going to glue it in. So I think from behind, I'll probably end up melting some cable ties just to get some sort of like, yeah, plastic weld sort of like to them. Then maybe some of the chemical metal, because that really did work. Yeah, go from there. But so far, so good. Right, okay, so last night I taped up these bits here just to get it into a position. And then what I used was some super glue, which is like a super glue gel, to be able to like sort of, yeah, fill in these gaps to sort of like super glue it. Now it took ages to dry, but it's secure. So now I need to remove these bits, then I will glue in there, then we need to sort of sand down, and then obviously I need to have a look at doing something with this bit here, but it's nearly there. Looks poorly with no front grille, but yeah, that'll be on there soon. Right, don't judge, but I couldn't find my bit that is used for this small sander, so I've kind of makeshift something, but yeah, the other one was a bit too big, so that's what I'm using now. This is where we are currently at. Obviously these were the worst bits because there was no joins in them at all. Not the tidiest, but I think once I give it a finer sandpaper down, fill in a little bit more of the gaps, try and get a bit more of a straighter line, and then sort of spray it, we'll just have to see. Right, okay, sanded it down a little bit. I know there's still a lot more to do. I've still got some filling to do in this bit, but for now, my brain, it's just looking at this and it's a mess. I don't know where I need to go now. So what I'm just going to do is I have masked this up. I couldn't find, well, I say mask, I couldn't find any masking tape, so I've had to use sellotape. Not the greatest, because now I'm going to have to end up having to clean up all the residue left behind, but hopefully it'll just come off okay. So I want to get a bit of primer down on it so that I can then see where I then need to go. Okay, so that is the plan now. Right, okay, so I've done a little bit more, yeah, chemical metal and stuff, and a little bit more sanding. So now it is time again for another spray paint to then see where we are, and we can go from there. See, from there, don't look too bad. Kind of looks legit. Okay, so I've done more chemical metal, more filler, so now it's time to give it a primer. Then I'm going to put some black on because I've got the black out as well, just so that we can then see how it all then looks, and fingers crossed. we have a custom grill. Right, okay, that is it now, all pushed into place. Have done a little bit of a lacquer on there as well. I think I probably will take it off at the weekend just to make sure, give it another little clean, because I do want to wash the car, but I think it's going to be a little bit too early to have that washed, so I will end up taking that out and just doing a little bit more. But I just wanted to see what it looked like, and I know you guys all want to see it too. So let's drop the bonnet. There she is, look at that. Debadged Mondeo. Right, okay, so that is the debadged grille now on the car, all looking good. However, I have still got this, okay? So that means that, yeah, I can obviously sand everything down on the inside and then probably just put in like a wire mesh. So that will be something else that I will do, just so that I then got like a backup grill, just in case that one starts flaking or falling apart. Then I can then, yeah, put the other one in. At the end of the day, it was £20. So yeah, hopefully this might have inspired you guys to maybe make those little changes that you want to do to your car. And if you can't find it to buy it, then make it. So yeah, if you have liked the video, then please do like and subscribe. As I say, I've got plenty more stuff coming to the channel. One being, or the next one most likely is going to be a spoiler for my Mondeo. That's not going to be a Mondeo spoiler. So again, more custom stuff for that. So yeah, do hit that like button and hit subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.